What's up, everyone? Back for another non-alcoholic beer review. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from Brasserie de Chouffe, and they're out of Chouffe, Belgium, and this is their NA Chouffe. So they're calling this one a non-alcoholic brew, and it also says on the bottom of the label, Belgian near beer. It comes in at less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, I don't know exactly how old this bottle is, but it does have a best by date of November of 2024, and we're just over 7.5 months away from that date, so we should be more than good to go. So this beer right here, up until a couple weeks ago, I had no idea existed. Like at all. I was looking for a non-alcoholic beer to review, and I happened upon this, and I was like, I can't believe Brasserie de Chouffe has an NA beer. So obviously, I had to grab it, and we're going to review it. So we are going to crack this one open, get it into the hashtag proper glassware, and see how this one is. Now, they just say it's a Belgian near beer. They don't specify like what. Is it coming? No, not just a little bit. It's rising a little bit, but they don't mention specifically like what style they're trying to replicate. It just says Belgian near beer. If I had to guess, it'd probably be their flagship Le Chouffe Blonde, but we'll see, I guess. And again, hashtag proper glassware, and that's because I bought their Discovery mix pack, or Discovery gift pack, I guess you would call it, back in late 22. I think it was late 22 into early 2023, and I reviewed them all in January of 2023, and I had a lot of fun. Got this glass, and yeah. It's just weird. I mean, I didn't think I would see a non-alcoholic de Chouffe beer, but here we are. Anyway, how does that look? Well, in the hashtag proper glassware, it looks fantastic. It really does. It looks nice. They have a little spiel on the back that I'll read. It's just like generic tasting notes, but I think it looks pretty nice in the glass, if I'm being honest here. Hold it up to the light. Yeah, it has a decent... it has a decent clarity to it, but also has a gentle haze. It has this honey golden color. Has about a finger of an... I'd say off-white, super creamy looking head. Look at the glass lacing was already, shining beautifully as I swirled it up. You can see a little bit remnants and whatnot. And again, this is in the fine Marcel glass, which I really do dig. Anyway, let's get a nose on it. Now, this is not ice cold or anything. I took it out of the fridge maybe like 20, 25 minutes ago. Typically, I do that with a lot of beers of this style, or I'll put them in my darker beer fridge because I like to drink them a little bit warmer. But I will say that usually the aromatics are impeded when they're colder. In this case, it doesn't matter. I'm getting a very generic like malty sweetness. It has that slight, and I've mentioned this before in other non-alcoholic beer reviews on the channel. It has this certain characteristic that I cannot describe properly because I don't know what it really is, but it almost has this, it smells like a little bit of tartness, a little bit of malt sweetness, but it smells like an off flavor, like something you wouldn't get in a regular beer. That's what I'm smelling in this beer. It doesn't have really many aromatics to speak of. A little bit of like a lemony kind of kick to it. Yeah, I'd say lemon. That's probably what it is, a little bit of lemon. But almost like a freshly squeezed lemon juice, which kind of weird. I was thinking, you'd get a little bit of that Belgian yeast. They're probably using, a yeast that is not typical for the regular beers because it's a non-alcoholic. So not getting any of those, like the bubble gum and potentially banana and the yeast phenols and things of that nature, where you get like the spiciness. Not getting any of that. I'm not going to sit here and just try to, make up stuff because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have a whole lot of aroma to it. It just smells like, I don't know, lemon juice. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Ooh. Going back in. I don't know what just happened. Let me start off. Let me soften and butter you up a little bit. I like de Chouffe's beers. They're just really well made. I enjoy them. The Blond Chouffe, which is their, I think, Belgian IPA, is the one that maybe doesn't do it for me just because I don't really care for the style that much. But the rest of their beers are very well made and quite delicious. I was going into this hoping that this would be like akin to, like Le Chouffe Blonde or something in that realm, just non-alcoholic. And I'm okay with a non-alcoholic beer having different characteristics and not being, exactly how the original is because it contains no alcohol. It's tough, right? This does not taste like a whole lot. And if I actually am being honest, the finish is kind of, I won't say off-putting, but it's kind of weird and different, somewhat astringent. All right, let's go body mouthfeel. Body in this one is not super watery. This is like higher side of light, lower side of medium. So that's good, okay? The body's good. The mouthfeel, very crisp, very effervescent, like spritzy on the palate, better carbonation, has a smoothness to it. So I would actually say the body and mouthfeel are one of the better things, or the two best things about this beer, as I speak right now. They're nice. They're nice. The taste, right up front, I get this generic malty kind of sweetness to it. Like it's grainy, maybe a little bit of like a wheat sensation. As it passes through, that lemon, like that lemon juice hits, and there's definitely lemon, like there's a big lemon character for me in this, and it's again like lemon juice. If you've ever, you juiced a lemon, or like put it, like let's say you drink iced tea with lemon in it, or you put it in pretty much anything, right? Kind of tastes like lemon juice. As it finishes though, that malty kind of graininess hits me on the back of the palate again with that lemon juice, but there's this slight astringent, almost like earthy character that I can't pinpoint. As I drink on it though, I'm getting acclimated to it, and it's not really too astringent. It's just, there's not a whole lot going on here. Malty sweetness that's like kind of grainy, little bit of wheat sensation, lemon juice, and like an earthy finish with all three of those characteristics. It does finish semi to full on dry. No bitterness to speak out. Maybe like a very light bitterness. It's more dry than bitter. Here's what I'll say. I could easily drink this. This drinks fine, like as just a beverage, right? It has flavors that aren't terrible. Again, that wheat kind of malt character with a little bit of like, I'd say fresh lemon juice, touch of earthiness. It's fine. It doesn't replicate a Belgian beer though in non-alcoholic form. Like I'm not getting, like a lot of Belgian beers, it's all about the yeast, and the yeast isn't really producing it. I'm getting no kind of fruitiness from it. I'm getting no real spiciness from this one. Yeah, I mean, the body, mouthfeel, nice. It's okay as a beverage, but like as an actual non-alcoholic beer, I wouldn't buy this again, especially what I paid for it. So I got to be honest with you. I don't even know how to rate this at this point. I would say this, for a non-alcoholic Belgian beer, pretty much I'd say almost any style, okay? I'd give this like a 1.5 out of 5. Literally give it like a 1.5 out of 5. That's what I would give this. It is one of the worst, I hate to say this because I like the brewery, but it's one of the worst non-alcoholic beers that I've had, period. In terms of, reproducing a beer in non-alcoholic form that you're, like, again, in this case, a Belgian beer, as a beverage and as a whole, I'm going to give this a 2.75 out of 5. I'm going to pass it. Why? Because it's not disgusting. I could drink it. It's just not satiating what I would want out of a Belgian beer if it didn't have alcohol in it. It's just not doing it. I mean, to any level, really. It's just an okay beverage, but like, I don't know many people who drink Belgian beers that I think you give this beer to, and they just go, oh yeah, man, that tastes like a Belgian blonde, but oh, it's non-alcoholic. I don't think anybody does that. But again, who knows? I'm just one person. I give you my opinion. We all have different opinions. So I will say this. If you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it, because I don't know. I also think this beer is known as Chouffe 0.4, maybe outside of the U.S. I looked on tap to see if I could, see if they had it on tap under their beers, and I could not find the NA Chouffe. All I saw was Chouffe 0.4. So I don't actually know if there's a difference between the two. But anyway, let me read the back, and then we'll go price and availability. It says, this Belgian near beer has a gold blonde color, sure, with a pearl white foam head. Pearl white, nice. I'd say, yeah, I get a little bit off-white, but yeah, bright white, whatever, pearl white. It offers a fresh and fruity body. Fresh and fruity body with a soft bitterness. Okay, it says a real refreshing drink. Okay, so is this a real refreshing drink? Yes, it's a real refreshing drink. Does it drink anything like a non-alcoholic Belgian beer, or what I would perceive to be a non-alcoholic Belgian beer? It does not. Again, just my opinion. Got to be honest with you. Price point availability. Here's where I would not buy this one again. I think it was $16 a 4-pack, and I paid like $4.59 for that bottle. No, No, and a lot of you out there don't drink non-alcoholic beers because you have trouble paying even like $10 a six pack for something that doesn't have alcohol in it. When you take into consideration what they got to do to make the non-alcoholic beers, I get it. Like I get the price point, but I also understand why you won't pay the same price for something when you can go buy like Sierra Nevada will come out with like a double IPA or triple IPA at 9%, and they'll be $12 a six pack. I can understand why wouldn't you just buy that instead of non-alcoholic beer. But we all drink non-alcoholic beer for different reasons. For those of us who do drink non-alcoholic beer. But regardless, I don't. That's a crazy price for a non-alcoholic beer. So I would not ever buy that for that price. And availability, I have no idea with this. Like I didn't know it existed until a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to sum this up by saying I love Brasserie de Chouffe's beers for the most part. I still got to review their Cherry Chouffe. They're really good Belgian beers. This, however, is a big time miss for what I'm looking for, and it's a shame. I was hoping it was going to be delicious, even at the price point. I was hoping, I grabbed a single bottle to try it, but this ain't it, Chief. Not at least for me. So again, if you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. Let me know your experience, because I think this is probably the worst non-alcoholic beer I've had in terms of replicating a regular beer, stylistically speaking. Like they call it Belgian near beer. It doesn't really have many Belgian characteristics for me, and that's where it kind of loses me. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Be on the lookout for another non-alcoholic beer review probably in 3. I try to do these like every 3 weeks, and we'll see what else I can grab. There's a bunch of stuff out there nowadays, and we'll figure it out. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another non-alcoholic beer review. To the next one. Cheers. Oh yeah, 0.5%. You can't taste it. You can never taste it, and you shouldn't taste it. Cheers.